Florida.
Welcome to Wild Florida. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Dave K here today at Wild Florida. We're gonna check out a fun-filled day here at Wild Florida. Super excited to share it all with you. We're gonna be able to check out an airboat ride, a safari, and see what else Wild Florida has to offer. Let's do it. The Wild Florida adventure today is thanks to Mike being able to join Mike for his special event here. He's been invited to see some of these fantastic sights. Mike, are you excited to see Wild Florida? What are you looking forward to seeing most here today? And how are you feeling overall?
You know, I'm super excited to be here. I've heard a lot of good things about Wild Florida. One of the two things, airboat adventure. I don't think, David, you've been on one here in Florida. It is unbelievably amazing. And we might see gators and get more comfortable all the time with gators. But then there's this very special safari. And we know safaris, you know, we got these safari adventures, but this is done via your own car. Never done anything like that before. A lot to be excited about here.
And it's true, I've never been on an airboat ride here in Florida. I don't think I've ever been on an airboat ride, and I love the water, but can't say I love aquatic creatures in the water with me. Now that I think about it, in Houston, maybe I went on an airboat or some sort of water boat, but there were crocs and stuff in the water too, so we'll see how that combo plays out. And I'm excited for that safari as well. Maybe like the one I did in Dallas, which was really cool. The giraffe feeding I did there. Let's step inside and check this one out. And here it is, Wild Florida. Check in here, making our way inside. Let's do this. Take a look at the gift shop here as we're waiting for our airboat ride. Really excited to start it off with the airboat ride, but all kinds of really cool merchandise in here. Look at these beautiful looking sloths right there on the water bottle. Wild Florida sloth cups, love that. Always having a nice cup with some cute animals on it. It's a nice effect. And it seems like sloth is very popular here. I saw some of the video with different animal feedings. It seemed like they were feeding, I'm not sure if it was a sloth or some sort of monkey type creature, but that seemed really cool too. Love to see that animal feeding in the video up front. All kinds of cute plushies back here, and we're gonna go out back that way to wait for our airboat ride. That's gonna be the first stop today, is the airboat ride. It's gonna be fantastic. We got a nice little map of the park as well, so we can see everything that's going on. I love to see it all. Excited to share Wild Florida with you. Let's do it. And here's a look at that park map. You can see the wristband on my wrist, but the park map in front of us with the different shows you can see. We're right here for the airboat ride, but then we'll go to the other side in order to see that drive-through safari. That'll be really cool too. Let's check it all out here today. Oh, love these shirts too. Look at this. Giraffe Park, Wild Florida. Wild Florida. Walk, ride, or drive your adventures. Love that. Very cool. Nice merchandise all around. And you've got some gemstones here as well. Look at that. Gemstones and magnets. You can fill your own bag. All kinds of cool merch. I like it. Ooh, look at that little giraffe in there. He's got a cute little sweatshirt on. Very cute. On the other side of the lobby, you have another gift shop. And look at those albino, baby albino gators in there. Really cool. You got that front desk right here. And so much more merch to see. Ooh, this is where the plushies are at. You can get a giraffe in any color sweatshirt. Although I think the green is still my favorite. Or maybe that orange one down there. I think it's a giant croc all around here. This, more the merch type stuff. I think the other store was more clothes. This one seems to have more plushies, more toys, action figures, animal action figures. You have plenty more shirts around, and I love this Han Solo right here. Look at that. Han Solo right there. Very cute. All kinds of cool stuff all around. And love to see the photos throughout this store as well, if you haven't seen these cute little photos attached to the walls. I'm not sure if some of those are for purchase. They might be. And of course, your toothpick holders here as well. Gotta have your toothpick holders, of course. Heading out towards the back now, you can see beautiful decor for people to enjoy some snacks, perhaps, on this balcony as we head towards the pier where the water boat sits. Make our way out towards that dock so we can board our boat and enjoy a fun-filled ride. I have no idea what to expect. We'll see.
west shore here, not the first tree line, but the second tree line. We're going to go back there is the entrance into Reedy Creek Swamp that goes all the way to Walt Disney World from here. Here, there's 4 east shore and in the north shore behind the boathouse. That's the one we left from over there. There's 4 Pioneer Ranch families behind the state property over there. They've been here since Florida was founded. They're not going anywhere. So all these factors combine up make this a very unique lake for Central Florida. All right, guys, these are cypress trees around us here. This one on the right is estimated to be about 350 years old.
Whoa!
Home and Gardens magazine, she'd be in it. She went all out on this one. This one's a third of that size.
What it is?
Oh yeah. Right here.
Some more hands here. These alligators' favorite food.
Awesome to ride on these airboats here at Wild Florida. Most definitely my first experience on an airboat. I was on some sort of pontoon boat, I guess, when I was in Louisiana, which was a great time, and I'm glad I had a chance to check that one out. But this was really cool to see too. I've got to say it was quite loud on those airboats, really loud background noise. You can probably hear the fans going behind us right now, but still a lot of fun. We had the chance to see quite a variety of wild animals while we were out here on our ride. Really cool to see. A couple gator sightings in the wild, not to mention gators with their nests, mama gators with their nests. I'd never seen a gator nest before, and we got fairly close to those gators, which was cool to see. Very different from a gator interaction in that Louisiana area. It was very interesting to see the differences that the Florida swamps provide. It was most definitely a swamp feel as well. This Reedy Creek connects apparently all the way to Disney, but you were able to see these birds flying by, all of these other insects and natural creatures, as well as just the swampland in general, seeing all of the shrubbery, all of the green grassy foliage growing throughout the water. Really cool. Also, the airboat drove right over and right through some of this foliage, huge green stalks of grass, and the airboat would run them over practically. So there was some water flying towards you at times, but overall really, really cool. Really glad I had a chance to see it. And I don't think I've ever done an experience quite like this. Again, I've been on that boat and seen the gators and the crocodiles in Louisiana, but this was a really unique experience, and I'm glad we had the chance to see it. My big feeling and my big takeaway was that feeling of being in the wild. It was strangely relaxing to be out there in the wild, be immersed with that nature. With the headphones on to protect your hearing, it was almost peaceful and quiet. Of course, loud background noise, but the headphones kind of canceled that out, so you could just enjoy the sights and think to yourself as you made your way. Now let's check out part 2. We gotta get that safari tour, yeah. Next stop, checking out the Chomp House Grill. They've got these delicious looking shakes, maybe some barbecue sandwiches in here. Let's make our way up to that counter and look at the menu. Take a look at the menu here at the Chomp House Grill. Entrees, you got all kinds of good options here. Some platters too, which sound promising. If you want to try gator or catfish, grouper, all kinds of delicious fried stuff there. A bunch of sides. Cheese curds over there, always cool to see too. We'll see what sounds good. Lots of options. That sign about peacocks, yeah, it was real. The peacocks are 100% real. Would love to see the peacock fully spread his tail here. That's awesome. Look how he walks. The head bob going on here. I'm following him. Hope he does not mind. I'm following him a little bit. And he's doing his little thing. I want to get a good pic of him if I can. Mike, very nice hat.
Thank you.
What did you think of the boat ride here?
I gotta tell you, the airboat adventure was absolutely incredible. We saw some animals right up close. They were gators, really close to the water, right close to the airboat, right by their nest, which is awesome. American bald eagle, and so much more. I was just so impressed with everything that we saw in our captain. Oh my gosh, our captain did an amazing job. Super, super impressed. 2 thumbs up. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Awesome to see that peacock just strolling around. I was trying to get some good pictures there, so took quite a few of those photos. We'll see how those come out, but he was on the move when I was trying to get him. I don't know if I've ever seen a peacock before, so that was pretty awesome. Take a look at all of the delicious loot here. First of all, a sloth. You don't eat him, just pet Mr. Sloth, but he's got the shake in there. Then you've got the gator empanadas. It was the special for today. Gator empanadas, 5 of them right there. Last but certainly not least, you've got the gator bites platter. So you've got gator, you've got cheese curds and mac and cheese. Let's give it a shot. It looks good. Oh my gosh. Fantastically incredible food here from Wild Florida. Blown away by the deliciousness. I think this is some of the best theme park quick service fast food there is. I'll definitely say it was most definitely the best gator I've ever had. And those empanadas were some of the best I've ever had as well. Loved the mix of all the veggies and sauces in those empanadas. It was a limited time special here at Empanadas. Had to try those. The gator platter was delicious. Loved the cheese curds. I'd probably try something different, not the mac and cheese, but both of those plates I would most definitely get again. And that shake, oh my gosh, incredible shake here. Really love all the fruit mixed in there with the blue raspberry added in, giving it that green hue. Incredible food all around. Loved it. Wow. Most definitely, if you're coming to Wild Florida, make sure you try the food here. That's how I feel, at least. Mike, what did you think of the food here at Wild Florida? Some of the best?
No question about it. Food here at Wild Florida is amazing. From the slushies to the gator. I mean, everything. There's nothing. You know, the only thing I probably wouldn't get again was the mac and cheese. But I was just so impressed by all of the food, and it's not easy to do. You know, we've tried food from all over, and this has just impressed me. So amazing. We'll definitely be trying more of the food and probably more slushies too.
One big question here, Mike, before we came. You've tried gator once before at Universal. Tell us how you felt about gator when you tried it before, what you were thinking about it, and now that you've tried gator here, how do you feel about it? Would you get it again?
I gotta be honest, now that I've tried this gator, I know how gator is supposed to taste like. It was that good. It was so good. Everything about it, I would definitely get it again. Here's the really cool part. You say to me, oh, Michael, let's go get chicken nuggets or these gators. Which are you getting? You're getting the gator. Hard to imagine, but it's the truth.
So that's how good it was. I ate the gator at Universal, but thought it was really only okay at best. Didn't think I'd be going for gator generally in the future. We both loved this gator so much. I'm telling you, that seasoning almost tasted like a teriyaki chicken or an orange chicken. So smooth and easy to bite through. Not tough like we had at Universal. It was really hard to bite through, kind of chewy at Universal, but right here, Wild Florida, really, they've done gator well in both the empanada and in the platter. Let's go check out the rest of Wild Florida. Here's that sign with all the different flavors of shakes and slushies. We have that swamp slushy right there. Really good. Seems like only $4 refills right there, so let's see. We'll think about it. On the other side of the Chomp House Grill, you can see the food was over that way. Chomp House Grill right over here is an ice cream stand, and we got ourselves a refill. Take a look at this. This is the Florida Freeze. It's that safari slushie, the one without the blue raspberry, but it's got the layers of ice cream as well. So excited to give that one a shot too, and let you know what we think. Just tried that Florida Freeze. Love the addition of the ice cream. It's a really unique flavor without that blue raspberry and with the ice cream added in. Both great, and depends what you're in the mood for. I would say if I had to pick one, it is probably the blue raspberry one, but nice to change it up with the ice cream and without the blue raspberry as well. Either one of these I would definitely get again.
I gotta tell you, love them both, but I prefer the one with blue raspberries. Personal preference. Either one, you can't go wrong. When I'm feeling like ice cream, I'm coming to this one first.
All right, time to make our way to part 2 of this adventure, the safari. Let's go check it out. Entering now the safari. Let's take a look. Just made it through the driving safari. Really cool to see all the animals here in the Wild Florida driving safari. We saw giraffes, we saw gators and crocodiles, or at least a crocodile nest. I think we saw sheeps and elks, all kinds of horned animals, perhaps cattle. Beautiful to see all the different animals here. There was even a combination of zebra donkey and a zebra horse. We heard from the driving tour guide that those were zebra donkey and zebra horse. Really cool to see all the animals here. It was not the longest driving trail of animals I've ever been on, and the animals did not get as close as, for example, when I went to Fossil Rim in Dallas, Texas, but really cool to see. Loved the variety of animals. I think that was one of the greatest features here. Again, loved seeing the donkey, zebra, and the zebra horse. Not to mention the ostriches. Many ostriches here, which were really cool to see. you had all kinds of animals I'd never seen before, like a few different cattle. I feel like there was the emo cattle with his hairbrush across his face, and you had the camels. The camels were incredible to see too. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen a camel in person before either, so really cool to see the variety here. Loved that we had the chance to do the driving tour. Michael, your thoughts on this driving tour?
Really an incredible adventure, I gotta tell you. I was really impressed by all the animals that we saw and how close they were to the car. I didn't think they'd be that close. We were driving around, we actually saw one of the very tall bird creatures, emu, ostrich, pecking at the window of one of their cars behind us. To give you an idea, unbelievably close, really fantastic. I would definitely do it again because you never know what animals you're gonna see.
Awesome to see that driving tour. Let's take a look at what the giraffe feeding looks like. Must have safari wristbands to enter, and giraffe feeding $5. There's a giraffe right there. I'm not sure how that works, but we'll take a look maybe. Look at those giraffes being fed up there. Really cool to see the hand feeding of giraffes. I've done it once before, but it wasn't quite like this. No, the giraffes were coming up to my car and I was feeding them from the car. But this is cool to see. They have a balcony here that people can walk up and feed the giraffes in this little gated area. Here they go, looping around, ready to feed them. Look at that giraffe right there. It's a beautiful pic. Hello, buddy. Hello, monsieur. All right, here we go. You ready, buddy? Yeah. Get it. Get it. Oh, look at that. That was a one-biter. One biter for him. Smell it? Smell what the rock is cooking? Oh yeah, I got a couple. Don't take them all. There you go. Yeah, you crunch on the whole thing. Incredible to see the giraffes here. So glad we took the time to come out and see these. Wow. I felt like feeding them the lettuce was pretty cool. It was okay. I'd fed them before though. But then getting those close-up shots, and the giraffe tried to eat my hat. He tried to take my hat with his tongue there. It was crazy. Was really, really cool. So I'm glad we had the chance to do that here. Maybe one of the best parts of the day here in Wild Florida. So something to keep in mind if you're considering it. Now back to the main part of Wild Florida here, the airboat part. See if we can check out the Crusher show or maybe some of those other shows here today. Past the seating area for dining and this sign that we saw earlier, we've got the Wildlife and Nature Park. Should be able to catch some of the shows back in this area. Let's check it out. Stepping into the wildlife and nature part of the park. This is really cool. Seems like a lot of cages. You can walk around and see some wild animals, some parrots or macaws back in this direction perhaps. You've got a sign here on our right letting us know where everything is, the park to sit back and relax. Here is what the area looks like. So we did those airboat tours and now we're back in the Gator and Wildlife Park. So lots to see back in this direction. This kind of area back here. It looks like on our left maybe is where we're seeing the macaws, maybe that number 10. So here's some information on our blue and gold macaws here. You can see these ones are in a cage, but over here, macaw out in the open. Parrots may bite. You've got your tortoise and your macaw in this open area with the lettuce and the other veggies sitting out for him. Oh, look at that little turtle sticking his head through the bottom. Look at that little guy crawling right under there. Coyote. Coyote. He just wants to give me a good picture, I think. All right. Thanks, buddy. Quite a few crocodiles here. Take a look at the slender snouted crocodile. This black croc looks fierce, vicious, really different from what we've seen on a lot of the gators in the water. Instead, the crocs, you can see, have that much more sharp, pointed snout. For example, Hall's New Guinea crocodile right here on the land. Back that way, we've got the Cuban crocodile back here somewhere as well. They are all over the place with these crocs. Watch out. Look at that albino alligator out there. So you can tell with a rounded snout, right? Those are the gators. Oh, there's a few in there underneath the other one. See that coming up above the water? Wow. Look at those albinos. Scary. And it looks like this is a encounter as well. So you could maybe get up close and personal with the albinos if you wanted to. The home of Snowflake and Blizzard. I like it. Good names. You got birds here for bird feeding. Take a look at that. All kinds of unique birds to see throughout this feeding exhibit. We're just walking through this time, just taking a look at them throughout the exhibit. But nice to see all the different styles. Really cute looking birds all over the place here. Love the sounds. One of them was quite loud a minute ago, but generally that one was loud, but otherwise soft sounds. Take a look at Crusher's exhibit here. Seems like this is where that Crusher show would happen. You can see him back there. He's got a big look to him. The eyes very deep in his face. You can see the snout sticking out of the water. And some advisories regarding the show. when it may and may not happen in those usual show times here. Very cool to see. Look at these gators rolling around here. Wow, looks like some gator feeding taking place. People were able to toss some food to them. You can also just sit back and look at them, some of the younger gators out here. Wow. It's nice to see them when they're younger, you know, a little bit easier to take. All kinds of animals to see along the way, but let's take a quick look here in the gator feeding show. It's right around time for the gator feeding show to see if we want to sit back and watch it. It seems like the bleachers are pretty full over there, so maybe it's possible we can watch the feeding from over here. I'm not sure. Let's take a look.
What we're going to be doing here is feeding some alligators. Huge egos. So I do need some help from you guys, the audience. If they jump up and grab a piece down, if they grab a piece down successfully, I just want you to let them know, get some noise from them. If they do pull a piece down, jump up and have a grab. Just like that, high at times, but they're all so close. They can jump about 2/3 of their body length up out of the water. They think they're pushing off the bottom. They actually use their powerful tails. We're calling them lazy. This is my favorite alligator. He came right over to me. His name is Thor, so I'm going to ask him to stand up. And he did so in a nice calm way. Alligators and crocodiles, it's made out of dehydrated chicken, fish, and then all the vitamins and minerals they need, and a big bone. But he's a little fat. This one here, his name is Einstein. Come up here, Einstein. Anywhere from 15 all the way up to... They do have a lot of predators when they are little. Come up here, Einstein. Now, inside their mouth, you'll see they have a lot of teeth.
Take a look at those lemurs in there too, as we're making our way past that croc show. Really cool to see these guys in here. Really cool to see the feeding from the wire here. A couple different types of feeding, including from that wire here for those gators, in addition to the trainer walking in with the gators and feeding them and telling us more about how they work. Really cool to see here at Wild Florida. Lots of sights to see, not just gators, but so many other animals as well. Really glad we got the chance to check it out here. Oh, and look at this. This looks like another peacock, but he doesn't have quite the tail. What's going on there? Oh, I'm not sure, but still nice to see walking by. Awesome, awesome to see those peacocks roaming around free. I feel like that's one of my favorite things to see out here too. Really, really adds to being in the wild, in the nature here in Wild Florida. And take a look at these sloths here. Really, really cool to see them just hanging from the trees. Love all the different animals you can see here at Wild Florida. Wow, not sure how many of those I've seen in person either. Cute. Very cool to see the petting zoo here. Look at all these animals. He's got a nice little beard going on. Cute. Nice to see all the different animals out here. They even have the tortoises. Wow, where's the tortoise at? Alpacas and so much more. Oh, it seems like we can even get in there somehow and go in with the animals. Really cool. Love this petting zoo idea here. Look at these little pigs and that rooster right there too at the petting zoo. Absolutely beautiful. Love to see them. Oh, nice. If you're looking to pet some animals, seems like an awesome spot for it. Love to see it. Awesome to see that show, that alligator feeding, and all those animals as we made our way around that animal petting zoo area and so much more here at Wild Florida. Absolutely loved it. Loved seeing the wild peacocks. Loved the giraffe feeding and the safari and the airboats. So much more. The petting zoo was awesome as well. So glad we had a chance to catch it all here today. Thanks so much for helping me make it an incredible day. Don't forget to make your day an amazing day as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay informed of future adventures. And focus on the positive. Look for the silver lining in everything you do. Until next time, play on. Also, the Airbus